Hi guys, it's Kristine Windover, your Superstar Director, and it is day 23 of Leap to Lead. So today I am sitting somewhere I don't normally sit, which is the back seat of my car. I tried to go live, but the connection wasn't very good. And when I do it like a video like this, it won't let me turn the camera around when I want to show you things. So hopefully this works out okay. And my kids are going to walk by any minute coming home from school, so I'm curious to see if they notice I'm in here as they go by. But today we are talking about a couple things that required me being in my car, plus it's nice and warm and quiet out here. So first, the reason I needed the camera facing this way is because we're talking about branding and being prepared, for people to know that you sell Scentsy. So normally my back window has a decal on it, but we had to get a new one, and, they're best put on during warm weather, so we've been waiting for that. So I'm going to get out in a second at the end and show you the magnets that I ordered through Vistaprint on my doors, but my car's really dirty. But normally I have that. The other thing is making sure that you are using Scentsy products in your car. So hopefully you guys can see my car bars hanging from the mirror there. And having a mobile office is the last part we're going to talk about. But first with branding, why is it important to be branded? Well, number one is so people know that you sell Scentsy if they already love Scentsy. But other reasons are to be planting those seeds in people's minds about Scentsy, so that they'll maybe look and be like, oh, Scentsy, what's that? I've never heard of that. And then go look it up later. Like the decal that I put on my back window always has my website. And I'm excited about the new one because it actually has pictures of our 3 fragrance delivery systems, because it isn't the one from the Scentsy family store. I got it made by a friend's husband. So I'm super excited for that one to be on there. But I don't only make sure that I'm branded in terms of, when I say that, I mean like I'm wearing something Scentsy, I'm carrying something that says Scentsy, my keychain that says Scentsy. When I'm selling Scentsy at a party or a show, I'm also thinking ahead to if I'm going to. Now, I don't want to always be branded in Scentsy. I try to be lots. Some people always are. But for me, I'll think through kind of what I'm doing that day. Am I going out to eat? Am I going to want to give something to the waitress? Am I hoping that people will ask me what Scentsy is, or if I have a catalog or a bulb or things like that. And that's what segues into the mobile office. So I got myself all branded up in my sweater. My t-shirt's branded too. And I'm wearing a hat. The best part about the Scentsy hats is if you're having a bad hair day, you can just throw a hat on and it'll look cute because you're branded and you're showing people that you sell Scentsy. So another thing is you can order these name tags, these magnetic name tags, through the Scentsy family store. They're really not expensive. They take a while to come because they're personalized. So we usually wear these when we're doing a show. At a party, they know you're the consultant if you're very much branded with Scentsy stuff, and they hopefully know your name. But I know of lots of people that will wear their name tag out and about if they're at a type like a networking event or walking through anywhere where it's okay if people know your name, but it helps you just brand yourself as a consultant a little bit. Walking around home shows, as long as there's not another Scentsy booth there with somebody that's paid a lot of money to be there. It's a good idea to be walking around letting people know you sell Scentsy and have some cards in your purse. But yeah, if somebody's paid to be there with Scentsy, it isn't really very considerate to be trying to gather business from other people that are at that home show. But if there isn't a Scentsy booth there, that is absolutely a great idea for marketing yourself and being out there to talk to people about what Scentsy is and that you are a serious business person. So those are kind of my little tips about, and we had a great story today only shared in the group about how that can turn into business, how people can ask for things. And so the next step of that is being ready. And a big way of to do that is your mobile office. Or having stuff in your purse, or, you know, being able to really quickly go grab it. So in the winter, I don't have the same things out here, just because things can freeze overnight. I hear footsteps. I think they're coming. I think it'll be so funny if I'm making this video and they don't even notice me. So I tend to do it. Oh yeah, there, ran right by me. Tangent, but that was fun. Only one of them though. The other one hasn't come yet. So the mobile office stuff is, I don't have some of this stuff out here in the winter because it can freeze. But I also find that grabbing stuff from my car is more likely in the nice weather than when it's winter outside. So I am more aware of having my mobile office well stocked and up to date with current information during the summer months, and during the winter it might be more just having something in my purse with me ready to go. But summer's also a time where we are out and about, sitting at the soccer field watching our kids' games, at the beach, camping, all those times that you're going to be out that you don't want to catch yourself without something that somebody's asked for. There goes the other one right by me. I'm just going to show you guys. Can you see him? So funny. They're probably like, where's Mom? I don't even think I told Troy I was coming out here. Anyway, so you don't want to catch yourself. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what's in my thing. Now, this is the Scentsy Family Store one. So it's sitting on the seat here because I made it also kind of my car emergency kit at the same time. So there's Band-Aids and Kleenex tucked in there as well. But okay, so this is going to be hard because I can't turn the camera around. So hopefully you guys can see. This middle part zips open, and this part fits inside it. Now, this is your thermal pack that you can keep your testers in, and hopefully they won't melt in the car on a hot day. So because this is removable and I wanted to use kind of the pockets inside this, I've tucked this thing on the floor with my current transition testers, and some skin and laundry samples, as well as my samples that I can hand out to people with a business card. So those have to kind of be, some of them it looks like they did melt and then freeze through the winter, but that has to kind of be fixed up. But these are the current testers, so that if anybody, I'm out at a birthday party or the beach and people are like, oh my goodness, I haven't smelled the new scents, I'm not going to catch myself red-handed without having them there, or be able to run to the car and get them. So the other, so anyway, this zipper pocket that normally you could leave sitting in there. Then there's pouches. So I've tucked in, always having bulbs on hand for the people that, sometimes I like having bulbs in my car because when I'll go do a delivery, they may think of it just then, oh no, I need bulbs. Don't worry about it. What size do you need? I've got them in the car. So I try to keep a stack of bulbs in the car in the nicer weather. Winter can be trickier. Cool little branded things to be able to hand out to somebody if you're talking Scentsy. So I just have some of the nail files in there. Now sometimes this is up in the glove box, but my little book for tracking my mileage, I also, or just taking notes, I do also track on a notepad on my phone, but that's there in case. And then business cards tuck in there, and is this working? Our referral bonus card or postcards, and thank you for your order with the tips, and some enter my drawing things so that I can get their information when I'm talking to them for our monthly draw. Then this back part has little separator things, which is really fun. And yeah, again, you don't need the Scentsy branded thing. You can use anything, but I really like this and how it works. So I'm just going to unvelcro that. So I've got a clipboard so I have something hard to write on. Now this folder can be for receipts as you're on the go, storing that stuff for taxes, which we're going to talk about on one of our other days. I'm just trying to undo the elastic here with one hand. But I have this. I've got order forms in there so that they don't get bent. These are really nice because then they keep things from getting bent. So I've got order forms, pamphlets, more Enter My Drawing, stickers. Now I've also, as a leader, got stuff in here for quick team recognition type stuff. So if I'm sitting in my car waiting for a kid to come out of a sport, or waiting for a delivery that's late, I can be working and not wasting that time by filling out thank you postcards for customers or hosts, or things for team and stuff. So I have packed a few of those things in the car so that I can multitask and not be wasting time. Again, because it's about working smarter, not harder, and having those quality family times and working when you can. So having that ready to go in the car. Then I have one of the fancy Scentsy bank bags that also helps keep things harder, which similar stuff, brochures, return address stickers, because this little pocket too, I think I've tucked some stamps in there so I could just mail something, a thank you card right away. So there's that. Then my current showcase brochures and catalogs, recruit packs, like we talked about, ready to hand out if I ever come to that. And then these that I've shown you guys before too, these quick little brochures that have other things tucked in with them ready to go, and I would just grab samples out of the middle, because I like to keep my samples or not the middle, sorry, I've got it down on the floor, but keep my samples in the thermal bag so they're not gonna melt. Now, one extra little tip with these that I think I mentioned to you guys before, but then never actually had one to show you because they were out in my car, is this little note that I write on the enter my drawing. So if I'm just handing something out to someone and it's quick and I'm not going to have the opportunity to ask them for their info, I've written on there, text me a picture of this filled out for a prize with my texting number written right on it. And that really encourages people that you maybe just quickly left it for, if you left it for the waitress. That was an idea I got from a good friend of mine who was my roommate at Scentsy Leadership the very first time I went years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. It's super great tip. Now, that's not going to go back in there with one hand very easily. Hang on. So it keeps it all separated, keeps things from getting bent. This is sitting up on the seat between my kids. I do keep it in the back sometimes, but I wanted it at easy access for the way I designed it today, because I've put their Kleenex box in the front pocket here. And then these other two sides are Scentsy Go, ready to go, turned on in the car, because it's not going to freeze in this season. Hopefully, I might have to take it in the house for a couple more weeks with these crazy snowstorms. But I also, new thing that I just put in was a bottle of Scentsy Fresh Odor Out. This is because when I think of my mobile office, it's about handing out paperwork, things ready to get people's information, but also things ready to solve people's problems with Scentsy products that might happen when I'm out and about, like the bulbs, but also being able to show the Scentsy Go, because that is definitely a car product, and so is the Scentsy Fresh Odor Out, because it is safe to spray on the upholstery. So if I am out, and I have had many people say, oh my gosh, my car stinks. Another vendor this weekend said that her boyfriend had gotten sick, not drunk sick, like he'd been sick in her car because he was so violently ill, and she needed something to deal with that smell. And so having that there, so that when you're camping or you're out with your friends and they have an issue, you can come to the rescue with that product. Plus, it's there for us if we ever need it. So that's the mobile office in a nutshell. You can make it your own. They're calling me from the house wondering where I am. So I better finish this video, but you can make it your own. I couldn't find my extra Square reader, but things like that ready to take credit card charges. If you haven't heard of Square, I'm going to post a link for you guys, because you will get your first $1,000 in transaction fees absolutely free if you use the referral link. So I'm going to post that if you don't have a Square app yet. You use it in your phone. The reader is free for swiping credit cards. It really helps you when you're not putting in a party. If people want to be able to pay for stock that you have on hand, it's just very handy to have. Basically, you hook it up to your bank account, and they send you the difference minus the fee. So there's no monthly fee to have it. There's only transaction percent based on every swipe you do, and they just keep back that difference. So they have a debit tap machine that we just used for the first time this weekend, which is also really awesome. However, you do have to purchase that, but the Square reader comes for free in the mail when you sign up for the app. And I just really highly recommend it as something to use if you're going to do any kind of vendor events or want to take payment from people for your stock, because people don't always have cash on them and they want to be able to, you don't want to lose that sale. So that was just a quick little plug there that I'm going to do that for you guys. It has nothing to do with today's topic other than the fact that I'm going to keep an extra reader because there are lots of them. They hand them out at vendor events when they're set up. So I'm going to keep one in there so I always have it when I go do, because some of my people want to pay on delivery. Not very many customers do I do that with unless it's already for stock I have, but they still want to pay by credit card. So I have that in the car ready to go. So your challenge for today, I don't want to forget to say that, is to build a mobile office. And again, it does not have to be fancy. It does not have to be as detailed or intricate as mine. This is my full-time business, so mine has a lot of stuff in it. But just in general, being ready to go. So I want to see pictures of you branding yourself when you're out and about for bonus points. But your challenge for today that is mandatory for everybody is to build some sort of a mobile office, whether it's something you leave in your car or something that's always tucked into your purse or backpack or whatever, ready to go when you run into people when you're out and about. All right, guys, have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow.